Hey everybody, this is Rustin with Metalholic and the Examiner. With me, the sexy bastard himself, Ben Bruce of Asking Alexandria. How you been, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad. Still sexy. A little bit more talented as well since I've just been practicing.
Well, you're down,
marginally.
You're down, hanging down in the desert right now, I think, getting prepped for the California Metal Fest and Outbreak tour, right?
Yeah, we're in Arizona, which is nice because I flew in from New Jersey, so it was fucking snowing and we just had a fucking hurricane. It was crap, so came down to the heat for a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, this might be the one time a year you could actually step outside without cooking an egg on your chest, so...
I know, it's quite nice. It's quite nice, actually.
So, now you guys have the Outbreak tour right around the corner. What can fans expect to see and hear on this tour? Because I know you guys are working on the new album, or if you've completed the new album, will they be hearing any of the new music? What's going on with that?
Well, we're playing Run Free, which is a new single from the new album,
right,
on the tour. We were gonna play a few new tunes, but we decided we'd rather release another single before playing it live, just because we don't want the first time for other people to hearing it to be, you know, an iPhone recording or something that someone's recorded at a show.
Right.
But we'll be playing a bunch of songs from Reckless and Relentless that we have never even played live before, like Funny Enough, Reckless and Relentless, and Another Bottle Down. And we'll be playing more of our songs from Stand Up and Scream again, like Circus and stuff. So, yeah, and we've got a huge live show at the moment. We've spent a lot of money and time on our production, so it should be our biggest tour to date.
So they're going to be getting a lot of stuff, even if it's not the brand new music, a lot of stuff they really haven't had a chance to hear live, a bigger show. And so it sounds like great stuff is coming.
Definitely, and we're playing through Sin and Self-Destruction in its entirety too, which is cool.
So on the downside, our dear friend Mitch, Suicide Silence, passed away. So Suicide Silence is obviously not going to be on the tour. Are you guys just going to continue on with just the four bands, or is somebody going to be stepping in?
There's someone else is stepping in, and it is by no means a replacement for Suicide Silence.
Absolutely.
They're some of our best friends, you know, especially Mitch. I was really close to Mitch, and it's heartbreaking what happened to him. So the band that we are bringing out, I can't actually announce who it is yet. I think we're announcing tomorrow or something. But it's just another band that we feel has the same passion and drive as Suicide Silence had, you know. Another band that just wants to come out on the road and celebrate Mitch's life with us, rather than just take their spot, you know. So that's what this whole tour is about now. Just remembering Mitch for who he was and what a great guy, and, you know, everything he did for music and the fans around the world. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be weird him not being there,
right,
but,
well,
you know, it would still be a good tour.
Do you have a favorite Mitch memory that you're willing to share?
I definitely do, actually. It keeps replaying over and over again in my head. It was actually the last time I saw him in person as well. We were at the Golden God Awards, this last one that just happened, and, you know, we'd all had a bit to drink and had a good time, and Mitch ended up coming back to mine and James's hotel room, and I passed out on my bed, and I guess I wake up in the middle of the night or something, and I look over, and Mitch and James are spooning, fast asleep, just hugging each other in the same bed, which I thought was hilarious. God knows what they got up to before I woke up. They both looked fairly content in their slumber.
Have you decided what the next single is going to be from the new album?
Yes, as far as I'm aware, I think we've decided on a song called Don't Pray For Me, and I think we'll be recording a music video for that shortly and releasing it as a music video, which is pretty cool, rather than just throwing it online.
Nice.
As a song.
So what can you tell us about the new album? Where is it going sonically that maybe Reckless and Relentless didn't, or is it just sort of a continuation of that? Or
well, it's taking a lot longer to do this album than we anticipated, and that's simply because it's our third record. You know, it has to be perfect. We don't want to we'd rather take longer to make something we're proud of and completely happy with than just, you know, rush the third album, get it out the door just because people want to hear new music. So it's taking a lot longer, and we'd actually finished recording the album, and we recorded, I think, 13 songs, and 9 of them, I think it's 9, are ready to go, and then there's just 4 more songs that we're not entirely satisfied with.
Right.
We decided, because, you know, we're a bit more mature now with our writing and stuff now, so there is a lot more radio-friendly songs on the record, but we decided, you know, there's maybe too many, so we're going back into the studio and rewriting so that there's more similar stuff to what the previous two records had to offer as well. So it's not like a kick in the teeth to the fans that really like the heavy stuff. There's going to be the heaviest balls stuff on there, similar to Reckless and Relentless and Stand Up and Scream, even heavier some of the songs. And then I think there's like 3 radio jams now, whereas we were planning on doing 5 or 6 radio jams. We're gonna stick with 3 and have probably 10 heavier songs.
Well, that's a nice segue because you and I have talked before and everything, so I thought this time I would turn to our resident Asking Alexandria fanatic on the magazine, Maven Renee, and I told her to write down a couple of questions for you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you what she would like to know. Asking Alexandria seems to get a lot of criticism and trash talk thrown their way. How do you and the band deal with this type of criticism and critics in general?
If I'm completely honest, we don't really listen to it. We just kind of ignore it, and it's not because we're arrogant and think that their opinion doesn't matter. Everyone's got their own opinion, but at the end of the day, we're 5 guys playing music. We're not ever going to please everyone. It's just impossible. So rather than dwelling on negativity that's thrown towards us and people shit talking us, we just concentrate on the positive side of things. And we've got fans all around the world that love what we're doing, that support us for who we are and what we're doing. And that's really what matters at the end of the day, not what people saying we suck think, really.
Right. So in no way does criticism and what you're hearing from them drive what you choose to do in terms of your music or what's going to go on the album, what's not?
No, unless it's something constructive. If someone sat there saying, you guys fucking suck dick, I liked you when you did Stand Up and Scream and everything else is crap, it's like, oh well, listen to Stand Up and Scream then. Thanks for listening to the album. But, we're not going to re-release Stand Up and Scream. It would just be pointless. But if people are saying, I really liked what you did on Stand Up and Scream, I think maybe it would benefit you to sort of incorporate a little bit more of that style, then we might be more inclined to sit down and listen and think, okay, well, this is what people love about Alexandria. Let's try and incorporate it in our new album, not go completely back to it. But if you're just going to sit there and be a prick, then
right.
Go fuck yourself, basically.
Well, and you were talking about this a moment ago, but is it difficult to find that happy medium between the harder songs and the more mainstream ones when you're working on your musical direction?
It is to a certain extent, because we got so comfortable writing heavier songs that just came easily to us. And then when we started writing songs that were a little bit more commercial or more easy to swallow for the radio audience, I guess,
right.
You could say, we struggled with that for a little while. But then when we got into the flow of it, it was, it came as easily as the heavy songs. And I think we got a little bit carried away, and we kept writing these songs for radio, and like I said, I think we wrote a bit too many. So, like I said, we are going back to our roots and recording some new, heavier tracks.
So is that kind of an attempt to sort of keep the cohesiveness of the Asking Alexandria sound?
Yeah, exactly. Because we've done 2 records now, and we've built this sound and this fan base, and it would be stupid and kind of a kick in the teeth to our fans to just sort of run away from it and change completely. It's not the right thing to do. It's not even what we want to do. We love our last 2 records, and we're very, very proud of them. It's just different things influence us and inspire us, and we've been through different things in our lives now, so we're not quite as negative as we were when we were younger.
Right.
So, yeah, but I think we've definitely found a happy medium on this record. The heavy songs on it are just so heavy, it's ridiculous. I'm really, really excited about it.
Well, and a lot of people will say that the third album is really where you set the band's signature in place. The first couple of albums are sort of getting a sense of yourself, putting all your stuff out there, and then as you tour and you grow, by the time you hit that third album, you've sort of hit your stride. Would you agree with that?
I do agree, which is why it is a very important album as well, because this album is basically to prove to everyone, we're here and we're here to stay, and we've written 2 successful albums and 2 great albums, and it wasn't a fluke. We're going to continue writing great albums that everyone can listen to and that we're proud of. So yeah, I definitely agree with that statement.
So you guys, again, we already talked about this, getting ready to go out on the big Outbreak tour. Speaking of touring, though, I understand when you guys did your recent tour date in Mexico, you guys sort of had a little excitement, got stuck in a hotel due to protesters surrounding the place.
Oh, yeah.
What was that
Fucking
like?
ridiculous.
What was that like?
It was stupid. I wanted to go out and get a burger, and they wouldn't let me out of the hotel. And I was like, why wouldn't you let me out of the hotel? Oh, there's a riot. What? So I went back up to my room and looked out the window. Yep, lo and behold, there's about 300 policemen and 500 or 600 protesters outside the fucking hotel room. I saw a car get crushed. I saw a defenseless little tree get ripped out of the ground and trampled on. What did that tree do to anyone, I ask you?
Absolutely.
Nothing. Ridiculous.
All right, just for fun, Revolver Magazine's always doing its hottest chicks in hard rock. If they turn around and do the sexiest bastards in hard rock and metal, which month would you want to be?
Which month?
Well, you got to know you're going to make the list, right? You're a sexy bastard.
Yeah, obviously. I just thought they'd do like a whole calendar, you know, every month. But geez, can only pick one. I guess October because it's my birthday, or Christmas because then I could just hang a stocking off my cock.
There you go. Deck the halls and jiggle balls. So,
exactly.
Do you have any phobias?
Needles. Embarrassingly enough, I hate needles.
But yet you
Everyone's
have
always
tattoos.
I know. Everyone's always like, you're covered in tattoos and you've got piercings and stuff. Yeah, but it's different. It's different. Needles, getting an injection is horrible. I'm
telling you, isn't it? It's actually worse anticipating like getting your blood drawn than it is to actually have the blood drawn. So
exactly. I know it is, but that's what works me up, and I always end up fainting. Proper pussy.
You've toured all over the place. Are you a safe eater, or have you eaten? What's the most exotic food you've ever eaten?
Oh, I'll try anything once. You know, I'm not one to go, that's gross, unless I've actually tried it. So recently in Brazil, I ate chicken's hearts. I've eaten liver and kidney, and I've even eaten goat's testicles.
Wow.
Yeah, the goat was still alive. It was just grazing in a field, so it wasn't too pleased with me, but tasted great.
Yeah, so much for that tour manager. So
yeah.
It's almost the end of the year. Is there a particular album that stood out for you this year as maybe the best album of the year in hard rock and metal? It's something that you just keep coming back to?
That's a really tough one. Especially since recently there's been a lot of singles that have been released that I think are really cool. Like Bullet for My Valentine's Day single is really fucking cool. Obviously, I think, if I'm honest, right now I keep going back to Axwound new album, Vultures.
Uh-huh.
It's just really raw, and it's nice to hear Matt Tuck doing something really heavy again, and yeah, it's a really passionate, heavy album. It's really cool. So yeah, I think Axwound might be their new album, Vultures, might be one of my favorites of this year.
Ben, thanks so much for taking the time. We look forward to seeing you out on the tour. Don't know who your surprise guest is going to be that's going to be tagging along with you guys, but whoever it is, we're sure they're going to be phenomenal, or you wouldn't have had them on the tour. So I'll let you get back to getting ready. Enjoy your time down in the desert, and we'll see you out on the road.
All right, mate. Take care. Cheers.